Alright, so I'm out here in Miami. Took a drive to pick up some things. Got a K24DE complete drivetrain. Got a VQ35DE engine. Couple brand new G35 bumpers. Front and rear for a coupe. Got a Zenki fender, Zenki headlights. Some cooling stuff for a KA. Some AC stuff. So yeah, cool stuff. I plan on trading this KA for something for the JZX. So y'all need to stay tuned for that. But yeah, got all this stuff here and I'm gonna drive back to Palm Bay now. Hi Zeus, you can't come in the garage. You're a good boy though. We gotta set you up a lead so you can hang. Alright, so I'm back from my Miami trip. That was a long drive. And despite there being tropical storm warnings and hurricane warnings and all that fun stuff, we didn't really get rained out at all. There were a couple spurts where we had to go through some rain. It got heavy, but it didn't last very long. So yeah. I got the hard body here and it's loaded up with a bunch of random things, so I'll show them to you right now. All right, so we got the complete K24DE drivetrain out of a 95 S14. So as you can see here, it's got the distributor with the cam angle sensor. It's got the transmission, you know, pretty much everything there. And then homie also said that he had a VQ-DE that was just sitting there that he didn't want. So I took that as well. Got some Zenki headlights, brand new G35 front and rear bumper. So yeah, gotta clean the whole garage and the backyard today because it's a mess. So yeah, that's the goal. Get in the backyard, get in the garage, clean everything up, make it more orderly. And yeah, once I get all that done, I'm gonna be meeting up with my friend Pedro, and we're gonna be working out a deal for this S14's drivetrain. So I'm gonna get to cleaning and catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, so I got Tyler here. He brought over the compression tester to test out this KA's compression. I'm trading it to Pedro, so y'all already know this car. Got all the S13s out here, except Brandy's. But the KA had really good compression. Tested 200 over on all cylinders, so that's really good. So yeah, I'm gonna be trading that to Pedro for something really cool. Alright, so the S14 drivetrain is already gone. I went out and got that with a specific purpose in mind. Wow, look at that. It looks like I got like battle stripes on my face. Either way, I traded the S14 drivetrain and here's what I got. So I got a 2Jzgte Vvti head for the JZX build. So some of you guys might know that the first 2J I got was a VVTI GE. So this will be able to go on that block no problem. So this is what's going to go on the block, and the block will go into the car. Initially, I had planned on using my SC300 2J, which is over here, but that's a non-VVTI GE, so the block doesn't have the gallery in it that would supply the oil feed to the VVTI section of the block. At least I don't think so. But right here, I got my VVTI block. So I'm going to take off this head and see if things are the same. So you guys saw that I scooped up the 2Jzgte head, and I got that sitting on my 2Jz GE VVTI block. So yeah, I'm going to pull the head off there and set it up on the table here and flip it over and kind of look at the cylinders and the valves and, you know, kind of just examine the head. Then I'm going to lift the block up here onto the table and put the head back on it so I can, you know, work on it from here until I get another engine stand, because all of mine are occupied currently. guys had seen that I broke the whole head down and I was looking at the cam journals, the camshafts. I flipped over the head and looked at the combustion chambers and everything. Now I just get to stare at it every day for motivation while I collect all the parts to get this running and driving. So Pedro, gentleman that I traded the S14 drivetrain to for this head, also has a bunch of OEM parts like a head gasket, maybe ARP studs, and a whole bunch of other things that I'm definitely going to get from him if he still has them when I go to buy them. So yeah, I should be able to get a lot of this stuff knocked out without having to travel too far, wait too long, or get stuck with shipping times. So yeah, I don't really have a preset date on how quickly this stuff's gonna take, because obviously when you're working with a 2Jzgte or 2Jzgte head on a VVTI block, you know, you want to do things right. You want to spend the money where the money needs to be spent and make sure you don't cheap out on anything. So I still haven't come to a conclusion yet as to whether or not I'm even going to run this VVTI block, or if I'm just going to chop the head off the non-VVTI block and then put this head on. Because from the research I've been doing, it would seem like they're not like SRs in the sense that on an SR, there's a oil gallery in the block that feeds the VVTI or the VCT gear on an S14 and an S15 VCT SR head. So like if you have an S13 block that didn't come with the VCT, it's not going to have that oil gallery. So I thought potentially maybe that same thing could apply here, but that doesn't appear to be the case. I haven't seen any variance in the block or the head, you know, so yeah, I think would be good to run this head on either block. And obviously if I'm good to run it on the GE came out of a running driving SC300, and it's got the upgraded bottom end that's pretty much the same as what comes in the GTE minus a difference in the pistons. So I did spend a little bit more time looking at the block, and it appears that the VVTI block has a feed from right behind the power steering pump that feeds the VVTI solenoid, and the GE non-VVTI block obviously doesn't have that. So I'll probably just end up using the VVTI block, but I'm going to end the video here because that's a decent amount of footage for today. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment anything down below, and we'll see you soon.